Good morning. Self-validation is important because we spend a lot more time in the mundane than in the magnificent. Most days are just the basics. Wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth. What do you eat? What adulting do you have to do? Go to your job, pay your bills, take care of your children, clean your house, move your body, the basics, over and over and over again. We reach these milestones and we have these great moments throughout life. But the majority of life is tending to the basics again and again and again. And it can wear you down. It can leave you unmotivated to tend to the basics. But because the basics are most of life, and those basics, just like brushing your teeth and keeping up on your house and your bills, seem minute, insignificant, doldrum monotony that you can let go periodically. And yes, there is a little wiggle room. You don't have to live the same exact day over and over, but if you neglect these things long enough, it all falls apart. You pay long-term consequences for short-term gratification of neglect. Tending to the small responsibilities builds up your stamina for tending to larger responsibilities. It's a show of your character and your discipline, your level of responsibility, your level of diligence, your work ethic. All of these things are displayed in how well you pay attention to taking care of the basics. It's an opportunity to practice being of good character. But because they are so small, so chore-like, so much adulting, and so repetitive, not exciting, not monumental, and so frequent, because it is the majority of our life, it can be easy to begin to neglect some of these, but that neglect spreads into the rest of your life, slowly but surely, like a little virus, expands and spreads. Neglect of responsibilities in the basics spreads to larger responsibilities, such as taking care of them, responds to taking care of the larger responsibilities. You can only bear what you can only bear on your shoulders, and if you can't bear the basics, you shouldn't ask for more responsibility and duty, because everything you get requires work and effort. Self-validation can be your fuel to feel good about yourself 80% of the time, because 80% of the time we are in the mundane, not the magnificent. We're not having those moments that come with their own built-in joy, those fun, grand experiences, reaching a goal, giving a great speech, winning an award, any of those things that would just give you joy, pride, esteem, but on a day-to-day basis. You can congratulate yourself for being fastidious, for being the kind of person who takes care of the things you need to take care of, who is responsible, who is productive. Pat yourself on the back with every little task you tend to. Pat yourself on the back for being responsible, Pat yourself on the back for holding down your fort. Pat yourself on the back for contributing. Because everything you do, someone doesn't have to do for you. Pat yourself on the back for being responsible. Pat yourself on the back for doing the dishes. Pat yourself on the back for brushing your teeth. Pat yourself on the back for every little tiny thing you could think of over and over and over and over again. Oftentimes we just stumble our way through these to-dos neck deep, day after day, in adulting, drudgery, and we just do. Do you realize you're doing your life? And you're doing it, and you're doing it right. You're being responsible, capable, intelligent, independent, caring for those around you, contributing to society. Pat yourself on the back as often as possible. It will encourage you to do the little things because you feel good when you do. It will give you motivation. It will boost your self-esteem in between waiting on magic and living in the mundane. Self-validation is hugely important in a lot of respects because you need to be able to bring that out from yourself and not seek it from outside sources, or you will always be depleted in self-esteem and self-confidence and self-assurance in your own decision-making and the way you lead your life, etc. So being able to, even though you may feel silly, pat yourself on the back for washing your face, feeding the kids, sweeping the floors, paying the bills, giving yourself a gold star for that may make you feel silly. It's actually really important because it's practicing loving yourself. It boosts your motivation. It boosts your self-confidence. And it is most of life. Appreciate what you do with most of your life. You're worthy of that validation. Give it to yourself for life's little to-dos every day. Good morning, goodbye.